All right, just one set of weights today, nothing else, and we will start our warm up. Nice big arm circles, the way we always do. Trying to keep that arm as close to our body in that full circle as we can, and go the other way. Good, switch arms. And go the other way. Do some arm swings in front of us. Nice and big, opening up that chest and upper back. And feel pretty good there. Then we'll go on down to our lower body with leg swings, side to side. Really try to pull from that outer leg and pull and engaging that inner thigh. We'll switch sides. And we'll go back to that first leg. Forward and backwards, we start to feel those hip flexors and quads work, and glutes and hamstrings. And we feel good there, switch legs, same thing. And when you feel good with that, move into our body weight stretches, starting with our hip hinge. So we just think about pushing our butt to the back wall, finding length in our hamstrings, then squeezing our glutes, pulling up, trying to keep our back nice and flat. Find a little bit more depth each time we hinge. We'll do about 8 of these guys. And when you're done with those, we move into our squats. Feet may widen just a little bit, but now we sit back, get our thighs parallel to the ground, push our heels into the ground to give us momentum to stand up, be explosive. Glutes squeeze at the top here. Again, about 8 of these. Excellent. And then you guys have probably like a minute. We just have a couple. I think we do have one new exercise in this one. So first we have our curtsy lunge to leg raise. Option with or without weight here. If you have weight, we're just going to hold it in this front rack position. Remember, we lunge back and to the side of us. Lunge as we come. We try to find balance. Lift, really pulling from that lateral glute that we were warming up with our side swings. Plant other way, lunge, find balance, lift. So we'll do 8 on each leg there. Then we're going to do 8 Zotman curls. So these curls are when our elbows are in, palms face out. We curl, flip at the top, lower and control, feel a little forearm work at the bottom. Curl at the top, lower and control. Then we have lateral push-ups. So these are really just regular push-ups, but what we're gonna do is one hand goes out to the side, so we almost turn at like a 45-degree angle to one side, do a push-up, come back to center, other side, push-up. We just are gonna do 8 total there. So we're not going 8 each direction, obviously option there to take it on your knees if you need it. And then the final exercise for this time, we're gonna load that dumbbell behind us, so we hold it even with our spine. Feet are shoulder width apart, weights are in our heels, and we're incorporating that hip hinge that we warmed up with. We push our butt back to the wall, find lots of length in our hamstrings, snap and stand upright, push butt to the back wall, snap, stand upright, okay? So, we're going for 7 minutes here. 8 is the magic number, so we're doing really 16 lunges with leg raises, 8 Zotman curls, 8 push-ups, 8 of those good mornings. Trying to shuffle through as quick as we can. Obviously 2 is the ultimate goal, but I want us closer to 3. Please work ahead of me if you can. And we will do this thing. I'm just gonna set the timer. Sorry, I'm having difficulty. Okay, let's begin. Holding that weight, back, find balance, lift, switch. On that leg lift, I want you to think about pulling your toes in towards your shin. Staying upright. Find control, balance. 8 on each leg here. Keep going. Then we're gonna go to Zotman curls. You guys keep working. I'm gonna go talk to someone at the door really quick. But keep going. You have curls, raises. You guys are good to come in.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
You doing class?
It's okay. Okay.
How are you tonight?
All right, how are you?
It's fine. You don't mind if you work out with? Thank you.
Curls, push-ups, and then those good mornings. Remember, we're going out at about 45 degrees on those push-ups. Take it on your knees if you need to. We're just targeting different areas of our shoulders here with this wide push-up. You're gonna feel your core work a little bit as we rotate our hands. Then we stand up, grab one of our weights, put it against our spine, hinge at our hips, spine length, snap up. Then we're back to the top with those lunges. Working quickly, especially after that first round once you know your movements. Try to pick up the pace a bit. Whoa, that's my bones. Trying to look up. After these, we have those curls. Remember, forearms out, curl, then forearms down. Lower in control, Elbows are tight to our ribs the whole time. After the curls, we have push-ups. Take the push-ups where you need them. Maybe it's alternating on your knees off. Or maybe you can do them all up. But push yourself here. Then we hop up, one weight. We have those dumbbell good mornings. Just have a slight bend in your knees. Hinge at that hip, keeping length in your spine. Come on. We have just under 2 minutes, so we should get through another round of these. Back to the top with lunges. Come on. Find balance at the top, really pull from this glute. Just 1 minute left. Then we pick up both our weights for those curls. Work all the way through this time. The push-ups. And if you get through those, we go back to the good mornings. And time. Relax, quick drink of water. And we're done with that first column. I'm gonna explain the second group of exercises. So really, we only have 3 exercises, but that middle one we're splitting into our right and left side. So first one, prisoner squats. We know these, they're just body weight squats with good form. Hands are behind our head, shoulders pulled back, core engaged, sit back on your heels, push up. 8, there, explosive. Get those thighs parallel to the ground. Then we get on all 4s and we do donkey kicks to fire hydrants. So, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, toes tucked under. First, we raise our heel to the ceiling, like we're tapping that tack. Then we lift our ankle to the ceiling for the fire hydrant. So back, out, back, out. Option there to load that weight in the back of your knee and squeeze it kind of in that crevice. Obviously that's just added resistance. So we have 8 on the right, 8 on the left. Then we stand it up for the Arnold press. So the Arnold press is similar to that curl. So we start elbows up, we press, palms face away at the top. Then as we come back down, palms lower, we work our triceps. Press, palms go away, lower, palms face us, okay? So we're getting that rotation in that shoulder again. We're gonna feel our triceps tap into that. So we do 8 of those, then boom, back to the top of the squats, okay? All right, 7 minutes, same goal. Let's start. We've got squats first. Get low, push against the ground, be explosive on the way up. Then at the top of 8, we go down to all fours. Load that weight if you want to. Inlet donkey kick, and then fire hydrant. We're trying to keep our back parallel to the ground, not loading too much weight in the hand that's not working. And then all we do is switch our legs. Nice controlled movements. They don't need to be super quick. I want you to squeeze and hold at the top of each movement. Then we jump up with both weights. And we have those Arnold presses. So remember, we start basically at the top of our bicep curl. Curl, press away. Lower, come back down. Get full extension at the top. Biceps by your ears. Then our weights go down, hands go back, and we start from the top. Get all the way down. Toes may point out just a little to give you a little bit more range of motion in those hips. Think about pulling your belly button up to your spine here, keeping that nice flat back. Our stomach doesn't sink. We're still working on our core here. Each leg. Readjust between each one if you need. Think about that core. Nice flat back. Good weight distribution. Then we hop up. You have presses. Remember, we start biceps up, that top of that bicep curl, rotate, and rotate down. Get full extension at the top. Then we go back. Prisoner squats, elbows pulled back, core engaged. Down, push up. Squeeze those glutes at the top. After these squats, back down to our donkey kick fire hydrants. We've got 2.5 more minutes here. Keep working, keep going. Belly button pulled up to your spine. We don't have a sag in our low back. sides here. Stay with it, toes are tucked under. Feeling that glute work. Both our glute knee and our lateral glute. Squeezing at the top of each end of this. We're back to the press. This is where fatigue starts to come in. Working this third, fourth round, push through it. Then weights down, we squat again. Come on. Stay consistent. Back to all fours for those donkey kicks here. Toes tucked, belly button pulled up. Back, out. Squeezing at the top of each movement. We go other leg. And relax. We are done with block 2. Get a quick drink of water. We go into that third column again. 3 exercises. We do our reverse lunge with a twist just on opposite sides. But then we have those alternating dumbbell swings, which I know we did last Thursday. So remember, we're switching the weight at the top. The weight should be like it's floating at the top of this movement because our arms aren't doing anything. The momentum is carrying that weight up from what we create in our legs. So, offhand mimics the hand with the weight. We hinge, swing, switch at the top, but both arms are swinging. So again, we have 16 here. Then you'll keep your one weight. We have reverse lunge with a twist, and we're just going one side at a time. So we step back, twist towards that knee that's in front, push up to center. Step back, twist, make sure we're getting nice and low in those lunges. We're thinking 90 degrees here. So we go 8 on the right, 8 on the left, then we finish with our military press. For the military press, I want us to sit down because this is going to do 2 things. 1, draw attention to our core. 2, take any momentum we may be using in our legs out of this completely. So we load our weight on our shoulder, core is engaged. You may hinge back just a little bit, and then we're just pressing straight up, being explosive, lowering, press straight up, biceps end up by our ears, lower. Same deal as before, we're staying with that 8 number. With these repeat exercises and the higher time frame in each column, we should get into that 3 round, maybe 4 round, and that's when we really start to fatigue the muscles with repetitive movement. Push through that, really focus on your form. Let's do this thing again. 7 minutes, let's start. So we really have 16 alternating dumbbell swings. Remember, we're creating that hinge at our hips, finding length in our hamstrings, and then snapping that like a rubber band to create energy to swing that dumbbell up. Weight switches at the top. And you keep your one weight. Just go one leg at a time, step back, twist, come up. This twist, we're tapping into that oblique towards the side we're twisting with, and then pulling back with the opposite oblique. Remember, when you step back, your feet don't have to go in a perfect line. You can keep them shoulder distance apart. Back, twist. Really think oblique. Maybe go a little bit farther to really tap into that. After that, we sit for our military press. I want you thinking core and shoulders here. Sitting up nice and tall, press, explode up. Those shoulders should be burning. Good. Then we're back to the top. Alternating dumbbell swings. Come on. Feet are about shoulder width here. Really finding length in those hamstrings. We're not squatting. Offhand mimics that swing. Then we have our reverse lunge with a twist. Twisting towards that knee that's out front. You can hold your weight up against your chest. If you need more of a challenge, straighten those arms up. Take it where you need it. Push off that back leg. Lead each side. Come on. Then we sit for our military press. Shoulders are backing down. Weights are loaded on top of those shoulders. Push up, return down slowly. Control those weights. Then we're back to the top. Hop on up. You know the movements here. Let's try and be quicker, more efficient moving from each exercise. We got this. After those swings, back into the reverse lunge. We go till we hear that timer. Twist, squeeze those obliques. Push off that back leg. We're not just turning our shoulders here, we're literally squeezing our obliques to twist. The movement should come from the core. Then we sit again for the military press. Keep working. I'll let you know when you're done. Back to the top when you finish the press. For swings, again. We got it. Go all the way through that timer here. Push up. Explosive on all ends of the movement. Be intentional. Think about those areas of the body we're trying to work with each part. Good. Relax. Time is up there. We are 60% done, my friends. Moving into that fourth column here. We have 4 movements again. So, first one is a row to a frog hop. So, what we're gonna do, each part of it has technically 3 parts. So we row, hop, and then return to the start. So maybe 4 if you want to do that. But, good high plank position. Row elbow in tight, other elbow, feet hop up. We just hinge our hips to get in these legs. Weights go down, out. Row, hop up, get to a little frog position, weights down, legs back, okay? 8 of those. Then we have a half kneeling press. So, again, a half kneel. Legs are shoulder width still so that we're even in them. We're not leaning, squeezing one hip out. Core is engaged. More shoulder work here. Another press, but this time it's one-sided. So this forces us to really engage both our abs and those back muscles that hold our spine nice and upright. We press just like we have been all day. 8 on the right, 8 on the left. Then we have bird dogs. If you have lighter weights, you can definitely use them here, but I don't want you to use heavy weights because I want you to be more intentional. So, for that setup again, I don't want this curve in your back. I want your belly button pulled up. That tells me your core is engaged. Then we just lift opposite arm, leg, squeeze at the top, return. Switch hand and leg. We go back and forth, trying to keep everything pulled in, tight, and return to center. It's a slow movement, but we should really get a ton of core activation in that. The last exercise here is reverse crunch with the toe touch. So your legs are going to stay up the whole time. First we do that reverse crunch. So we think about tapping our legs straight up to the ceiling. Then once they're there, we come back down safely. Reach for our toes. It's just doing a little crunch. That engages the upper abs, okay? So we're switching just back and forth, lifting the toes, then lifting the hands to reach the toes, okay? Same thing as we've been doing. 7 minutes, 8 reps. This time we might not get through as many because we've got some more complex movements, but do what we can. 7 minutes here, let's start. We have those row to frog hops. So we get in a good plank position, row, feet hop up, do a small hinge in our hips, feel those legs, hands go back down, row, hop. I want you to feel the burn in your legs as you hop up and do that little hinge. When you're done with that, we're on all fours for the alternating bird dogs. Again, option to hold weights in your hands here. But I press. Oh, I messed you up, do it in the order you have. Think core, think stable. Only movement right now should be out of that shoulder. You're pushing through your knee and your heel. That's creating stability for you. Your core is holding you nice and stable. After that, we have bird dogs. Good tabletop position. Opposite arm. Leg reach just to shoulder height. Everything should make one line. We don't have a lot of rotation in our hip. We don't have that curve in our low back. We have 8 each side here. This doesn't feel like much, but this is a really great core workout that works both your abs and your back. Extend through your heels and through your fingers. When you're done with those, we have the reverse crunch to the toe touch. So first we lift those heels, then we lift and crunch towards our toes. Lots of core burn here. Neither is a very big movement. We're just trying to pull first our low back off the ground, then our shoulders. And then back to the top with those row to hops. Good high plank position. Row, row, hop, small hinge. Arms stay exactly the same as where we put them after that rub. Eight of those, then 8 half kneeling press. Didn't forget them this time. Our shoulders are burning. We've had a press movement in almost every column. We've had them in the last 3. Each side. Stable from our feet up. Reach through that hand. Full extension. Weight goes down. We have bird dogs. Good tabletop. No bend in that low back. Reach heel and fingers. Come on. Pull that belly button up. Stay steady in that core. Then you flip over, reverse crunch to toe touch. Legs are straight up the whole time. We lift low back, and then our shoulders. bottom. Then we go to the top with those row to hops. Working through this third turn. Come on, I know you're tired. We got it. We're almost there. Stay consistent. Hop, kneel and press. And relax. Fourth column, finito. So we're going into our final group of exercises here. First, double count slow bicycles. We actually have a lot of core in this column. I didn't realize it, so I just looked at them. But we love it. Slow bicycles. We're on our back, hands behind our head. One leg reaches straight out, opposite elbow, or I guess the same elbow, goes to opposite knee. Push through those heels, nice and slow. You should feel like you're pedaling against a lot of resistance. We do 8 each side here, so only 16 total. Then we have 8 clamshells. You can take these just staying down on your side if you want. Just really focusing on that glute, opening and squeezing. If you want a little extra core work, we lift, squeeze and lower, lift that hip off, squeeze and lower, 8 each side. Then we get into a good low plank position. And we're doing our swimmers. So we reach our hands up, down, up and through, alternating, like we're swimming, 8 each side. Then we finish with bear plank shoulder taps. Same thing, 8 each side. So we start in that tabletop, lift our shins about 2 inches off the ground, alternate shoulder taps. 2, 2, 3, 3, 8, 8, okay? We just have our last column of this. Heavy on the core work, but we love it. We're gonna do it. Let's get after it. We're ready. Begin. Nice and slow. Feel like you're working against some resistance. Cross that hip line. Crunch up. Then we have clamshells. Remember, take it where you need it. Just make sure those knees are pulled back. Always the option to lift your hip up or stay down on it. But just squeeze, open. Feel the glute working, the obliques working. Eight each side. Really lift that hip. After that, we're in our low plank for those plank swimmers. Reach up, stroke down, then you pull up back through the center of your body. Remember, it's double count here. Again, I want you to feel like you're pushing through water. We're not just flying our hands around, we're creating resistance. Eight each side. Then, tabletop position. Shins lift off the ground, just and think about that nice flat back. You don't have that low curve. Hold, stable. Alternating shoulder taps. Then we're to the top, bicycles. Nice, slow, full of resistance. Then onto our side, clamshells. Take it where you need it. Eight on each side. Finish this thing strong. Feel that oblique work, that glute work. Good, then low plank for swimmers. Reach, pull through. Reach, pull through. Again, back stays flat, even as that arm comes up. Come on, work through this. That core should be on fire, you should be shaking. After those swimmers, we're into those shoulder taps, out of the bear plank position. We are almost done, I promise. Come on, work through it. And relax. Woo! We made it. We're done. Quick sip of water, and then we'll stretch you guys out, okay? Let's just stay on the floor today, as we're here. And so we'll start on our butt. Let's start with butterfly. Soles of our feet together. Try pulling them in close to you, and then elbows go on our inner thighs to push down. Really push into those thighs. Good. Come up out of that. Legs will straighten out in front of us. We take a nice big inhale, and on our exhale, we're going to fold over and reach for our toes. Only as far as comfortable. But really feel this stretch in your hamstrings, maybe into your low back, into your mid back a bit. Reach, reach, reach. Another big inhale. And as we exhale, we'll roll up out of that. Feeling that small C travel through our back, coming up one vertebrae at a time. Cross one leg over the other. Opposite arm to the outside of the leg. Apply equal resistance. And really push. Twist through that head back and try to see the wall behind you. And we go the opposite way. Now sitting, we're gonna open our legs wide. And here this focus is on our low back. So we're not trying to, we're naturally stretching hamstring, but I want you really thinking low back. So what we're gonna do is sit up nice and tall. You put your left hand down right by the side of your left butt cheek. You're gonna put your hand down, push down through that. Right hand reaches over, and you should feel this stretch in your low back. So things you may tend to do is kind of do like, I think it's a ballet thing where your arms out front. Pull those shoulders back and really reach, try to feel that whole side body stretch. Good, switch directions, we just mimic that same movement. And let's do it one more time each side, go a little farther into it here. Back to that first side. Really stretch, stretch. Excellent. We can roll back onto our backs. We'll start with our figure four. So ankle lays over the knee. And then you pull that knee tight together. Really squeeze it. And switch sides. Hold tight. Feel this stretch deep in your glutes. Now feet will connect together on the ground. Knees are going to fall in opposite directions. Really try to let them go. Feel like there's weights holding them down. They're not doing anything to hold them on. See if you can find some stretch, some relief in those hips, the low back. Take some nice deep breaths here. Pull your knees in close to your chest, squeeze them tight, tight, tight. Roll around a bit. See if there's someone that needs that little extra bit of love. We're going to get some of that spine rotation again. So right leg can straighten out. Left knee's up at 90, and then you pull it across on the other side of your right side, but you keep those shoulders glued down and teed. That right knee can be on the outside of your leg, trying to push that knee to the ground. You should feel stretch all through your glutes, up through the low back, into the mid back. Lots of rotation here. We'll go the other way. And we'll end with a little love for our hamstrings. So right leg goes straight on the ground. Left leg goes straight up. Pull those left toes down toward your chin. Grab under your knee and pull that leg as close to your chest as you comfortably can. Really feel like that leg is straightened out through the air. Heel is towards the ceiling. And switch legs. As you feel ready, come up out of that. Excellent job. We made it through another Monday. Thank you guys for coming. And